Hello everybody, Rich Toad here with another attempt at Let's Playing. Today we're going to be doing Disco Elysium. Now, a disclaimer, I have not played this game myself, but I have seen a full Let's Play of it, so I know what's going to be happening in the game, but it's still going to be a new experience for me. Um, this game has a lot of replayability because the skills you choose and the way you go about doing things is going to make for a very different experience. So let's just go ahead and click new game. So here it's going to offer you like three archetypes. You have like the thinker, the sensitive, and the physical. Like the thinker is going to be like your Sherlock Holmes, can think through any problem, just not good with people. Sensitive is like flopped in the opposite, where they feel their way, like gut hunches and stuff like that, and like working with people rather than just trying to figure out everything on their own. And then physical is obviously going to be like handling things with their body more than anything, like just brute force everything. I don't like these three don't really vibe with me super well because I'm going to make this my own character. Um, and that looks pretty good. So you have intellect, psych, physique, and motorics. Um, and yeah, that looks pretty accurate. I would like put a one, like put physique down to one, except physique directly correlates with how many hit points you have. So putting that down to one means that you die very quickly. So we're not gonna do that. Um, Intellect also has like a mental hit point system. So if you're playing this game on your own, maybe don't do a 1 in intellect or physique unless you want a very challenging run. So next up is going to be what is our signature skill. It's not a huge deal because it's only +1 in a certain skill. It is helpful because then like the learning cap for every skill of the same type is raised by 1. But in the end, like, equipment can help you through a lot of your decisions. There are, we'll call them consumable items that you can use to help you out with certain things as well. Um, some of the more, I won't go over all of these because some of them are self-explanatory, like logic or empathy. Just some of the ones that stand out more to me. Drama. I love theater. I love being on stage. So that is probably going to be the one I choose. Um, some of the other really interesting ones is I do love esprit de corps. And that is, so Station 41, like, we're going to be playing a police officer. And so Station 41 is kind of like your precinct. And esprit de corps is how connected you are with your fellow officers, which is such a fascinating concept, and it leads to a lot of really cool interactions. Inland Empire is a fun one because, well, we have a high psych, so you'll see what Inland Empire does. I'm not going to ruin that for you. Electrochemistry can be interesting because go to Party Planet, love and be loved by drugs. It's yeah, no. There is a skill for how well you can take your drugs. Shivers is another fun one that I might be a little bit sad I have a low physique for, because like it's tuning into the city, which is kind of like on the same level of esprit de corps, where you just know things that nobody should know. You just get a feeling about what's going on with the city instead of with your fellow officers back at home. Savoir-faire is like kind of like how when you watch somebody do some amazing tumbling and they do it with just such grace that you're amazed. That's the best way I can describe that one. So yeah, I think I will do drama and add like just round out intellect a little bit more with the psych. So we'll just set that as the signature and confirm it. And let's begin. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. By R.S. Thomas.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, baby.
Sounds good
And
to me.
an inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
You know what? Alonzi, never let me go.
Alright. Nothing down to fuck all, Borough.
Should have warned you. This game swears a lot and deals with some very mature themes. So, now's your chance to set back. Look, there's I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
Wait, no. I need to belittle myself instead.
Do you really?
Don't be naive. Of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Alright, so that was our first skill check. It did a silent roll for us, and the volition was a success. We got 11 total, so we just barely passed it, but our volition is coming through for us here. You know what? Let's go with our volition. No, I am not scared. I am a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Okay, who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
And aren't we pretty much a mess. Okay. Welcome to the game. This is where it gets good. So the the reptile brain, the ancient reptile brain, and the limbic system will pop in every now and then, and you know, tell us exactly how our instincts are feeling, as well as how our, you know, behaviors and emotions are feeling. That's what the reptile brain and the limbic system represent, after all. So let's just take a look around. We can highlight stuff that we can interact with. We can zoom in and out. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Well, how are we supposed to get some hair of the dog if it's empty? Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was still playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Okay, let's get some pants on.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Oh, fish them out.
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Okay, well, we have the key to, I guess, our room. Looks like a trashed motel. Can't believe we trashed it this bad. Okay, well, now we have clothes. What happened to this window?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Okay, so we passed a volition check before, and that was just a passive check that it did for us automatically. These white checks are going to be ones that we can try, and if we fail, we can come back and retry it later. So if we lose, no big deal, but we have a pretty high chance of doing this one because it's easy at 9. So let's go ahead and see what happened to this window.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
So yeah, right there we had our visual calculus base is 3 because that's our intellect. We got a 3 and a 5, which is 8. Or no, sorry, we got a 5 on the dice. We have a 3 normally. 8. Oh no, it is 3 and 5 on the dice. 8 plus 3 is 11, which is better than the 9, which we needed. So, did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing?
Something you've done before.
Assess the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
Oh god, we threw a shoe through a window. Oh no.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Maybe it wasn't me?
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
I should go and get that
Cool
shoe.
wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Yeah, definitely need a shoe. So, we just got a new task. Find the other shoe. Let's... Oh, okay, space stops. Let's put on our one shoe. See what else we got going in here before we leave. What is this?
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or Has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Okay, that's a pretty low savoir-faire, because our savoir-faire sucks. So let's turn
The
off the
blades
fan.
come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
So it still needs the same 10 for the savoir-faire check, but now we have a +3 because we turned off the fan.
A terrible mistake.
Ooh.
Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
Okay, bad idea. Pull again to
The
turn off.
lights are off.
Okay, let's just go ahead and grab our tie.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
So, funny thing, you can give yourself a heart attack if you mess that up. And if you have 1 hit point, you die. You can die reaching up to grab your necktie during a bad hangover. Yep, that's the kind of game this is, baby.
What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Alright. We have our tie. We have our good old friend, the necktie. It gives us a point of Inland Empire. So everything in this game gives you some different stuff. So, you know, if we had really wanted to take that tie off the rack and didn't want to fail, we would have taken off our pants, because that lowers our savoir-faire. But, you know, for now, we're just going to leave pants on, because pants are good, and, you know, some electrochemistry can't hurt, I'm sure. Oh, that is a beautifully awful necktie, though, isn't it? Oh, I can't wait to talk to it. I mean, why would you talk to a tie? That's silly. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Oh, what was the button that... What was the button that highlighted everything? Oh, tab. Tab highlights everything. Okay. Alright, white satin shirt. Conceptualization +1, -1 suggestion. So that should have... Yeah. Because shirt is different than jacket.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Let's wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
How bad could it be?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
At least my tongue is okay?
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Darn. Well, I'm sure everything is fine. Let's try the nose.
It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
Well, have to assess the damage somehow. Wipe the mirror now.
Behold,
Oh, God.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Dear Lord, help me. What is this?
Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face?
I'm not making it. The face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay.
Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Oh. I, that is definitely hard to get a read on it, but you know what? I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens.
I promise.
You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
Okay, well, these are all very bad chances. So, at this point, you may see that a double one always loses and a double six always wins. Um, yeah, Encyclopedia is just at 3, so I would need a 10 or higher on 2 dice. That's 3 different combinations could make that. Why not?
Like the rest
Nope.
of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Well, maybe we can stop?
It's too
Nah.
late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Oh, God, we have a worse smile than Barbie. We'll let the mirror be for now. Let's see what else we got. We've got a door that is locked. I think that's everything in the room. So let's go ahead and emerge into the rest of the world. What we got? There is something on the table. It's money. It's money, but it could be somebody's tip. So we should probably leave it. But it's an RPG. Who we're kidding? We're gonna take it. Morals don't apply to us. Here, can we? Oh, that actually takes me out. I thought it'd be locked because, you know, there was a person to talk to. Oops. You can heal, or you can sleep after 2100 hours. Sleeping heals. Oh no, it's okay. This is just the balcony. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. A gust of briny wind washes over you. Alright, let's get that other shoe.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
So, good fitting shoes and thinking about them healed our morale. That's the actually, is it based on intellect or psych? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that might actually be psych, not intellect. I might have been wrong on that one. Oops. But yeah, no, it healed us just by thinking about it. Clearly we're a little bit messed up, so let's not find out what happens if our morale reaches 0, shall we? give you a hint, it's really not good. Okay. Well, our outfit is not good for savoir faire. We don't have a 0 in savoir faire. Yeah, hopefully we don't have to be doing any tumbling. Equip a flashlight in low light areas. What day is it? The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Now would be an excellent time to note this is definitely not Earth. Because if the year was 51, it's either 2051 and we have made shockingly low progression forward, or, I mean, he's still using a tape deck, for goodness sake, or it's 1951, and I don't think they had tape decks like that.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Yeah, so, you know, sometimes listening to your successful skill checks is a bad idea. Um, this game has an interesting thing where if your skills are too high, you can end up getting yourself in a bit of trouble. Like, I don't think authority's right on this one. I think we're just gonna ask them, why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Definitely not a businessman. She pulls on her cigarette. Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
She takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Oh god. Oh, we shouldn't. But it's tempting. But we shouldn't. But it'll be so good for the laughs because striking out is always funny. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her. Physically.
The words have already left your mouth.
I want to have fuck with you?
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again.
I said I wanted to have sex with you.
No. You see, that's not what you said. You said...
But she's unable to finish, consumed with laughter.
Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time.
Don't back down now. Say what you said again. Proudly.
Okay, we'll go with authority on this one. I said, I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
Okay, so this is actually interesting. If you look at the achievements of this game, a lot of them are based around what kind of cop you end up being. So we could warn people of the coming apocalypse. We could be a superstar cop. We could be a very sorry cop. Or, you know, we could just not be a cop. Ah, it's so tempting to be a cop of the apocalypse. Oh, but superstar cop. Oh, but, like, that's the beautiful thing about this game. Is there is no wrong choice. All of the choices are great and lead to an entertaining story. It's like how, you know, there's always that, like, one time in D&D when you just ran with it, like, you said something crazy and the DM ran with it, or your player said something crazy and you just ran with it, and it ended up being great. This game is just like that, but it's all crazy, and it's so good. Oh. Damn, I kind of wish I had a foresight. You know what, we'll just be, this time around I think we'll be a superstar cop. I can no longer deny it.
Okay. That's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit.
Yeah, it means I'm a bloated old drunk with sideburns and disco pants. If I don't have a joke up my sleeve, it's on me.
I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise,
She extinguishes her cigarette.
it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Didn't do what? Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Oh, we can click on it and it does nothing. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we can knock on her door. But, you know, maybe we shouldn't bug people after they're done talking with weird, crazy amnesiacs who walk through their room, who you have to remind that their occupation is to serve and protect the public as a cop. Let's just see what's downstairs. It's gonna be a bad day. Police work is tough. Take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. It's actually a really good tip. Because this entire game is that. The music in this game is also fantastic. It makes me wish I'd sprung for the art book and soundtrack, but I'm sure I can find the music elsewhere because it's the internet. Is this... No. It couldn't be, but... This is where the lyrics would be. And is that... a big old karaoke mic just waiting for somebody to sing into it? Ah. I've taken up doing karaoke pretty much every Friday and Saturday at a local club. It doesn't quite scratch the entertainer itch, but it is still way too much fun. Both watching people and doing it myself. Can we cue something up? I really want to cue something up. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get.
Yes.
Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is immense. Or its cubic content is obscured by its hangover. But it's immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard.
Very true.
Through a PA system.
Yes.
By other people.
Indeed. This goes well with the theory I'm developing that I'm a down on my luck superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
Oh, the age-old question. What should I sing when it comes to it?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation sounds good. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with that.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
I like this task. This task is the best task. Truly. Get a hold of a sad song on tape. Here, can I strike a pose? This feels right. You belong here. You bet it feels right. Yes. Oh. Okay, cue us up. Cue us up for something. I know we don't have a song, but I want to cue.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan.
Let's look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Can I help you with that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors, where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
I sense you're not a fan of mine.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Oh my god, I did all those things? Oh, wait, no. I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Oh. He looks down again and keeps plucking at the bird. Another no with this one. If you do not do well with, like, transferred awkwardness, like, some people I know cannot do awkward situations in games or in TV or plays or stuff like that. If that's you, this game might not be for you, because God, having amnesia is awful and you've done some terrible things. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
He shrugs.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
She just... what?
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Alright, fine. Oh yeah, this game auto-saves a lot. For in case you make mistakes you wish you could take back but can't. Like Animal Crossing. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. Oh, so we can't even get food. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. A sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open. 1600 hours." Oh, I missed a thing. Must do thing. Okay, here's our health potions for the game. They're very important, especially since we have 2 physique. No Safed. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. Well darn. Okay, so we could talk to our buddy, or we could put off responsibility and talk to the person in the wheelchair.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Sounds like an upstanding fellow. Shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
You know what? Inland Empire's right. Let's conceptualize.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information, then disregards it. Wise choice.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Nod toward the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman. I'm a superstar cop,
Right.
you know.
And the interviews?
He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience. What
At
interviews?
the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface.
He gestures
Prepare
with
the
the fingers.
field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
So, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I have. It's not inter-district. I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Look, man. You know. Yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious you would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Maybe it's time to be upfront and honest, but I can't remember
I
anything.
can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Okay then. Actually, let's get some intel. You said insignia? These white rectangles, you mean?
Yes,
But they're just white rectangles.
they are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It was not on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Let's roll.
To you, officer.
And by let's roll, I mean let's call this an episode. Thank you all so much for watching the start of this Let's Play. Next time we'll go talk to Gart again and take a body down from a tree where it's been hanging for a week. You know, be a police officer, I guess. Bye now.